So we want to honor
radar
your
in your plane. You've got radar, you've got compasses. The pilots all have a set pattern or a set area they have to go. When you come back, they're always in communication with the ship. The ship knows exactly where you're at. And when you come back and land on a carrier, I don't know if you've ever seen the top of the carrier. The carrier is flat like this, and then there's a deck that goes off like this, an angled deck, kind of a little bit. Okay, the ship is going in one direction. Usually it turns right into the wind. You're coming in, you have to land at an angle. It's not much of an angle, but it's enough to throw you, the pilots, they have to be really good on how to do all of that. But you come in, when you come around by, I don't know, everybody says a carrier looks big. Fly aboard a carrier sometime. That carrier, when you're flying out there, is small, really small. You think it's big, but when you're coming around, you're flying around, and you're coming in for your landing, I can guarantee you that ship does not look as big as when you're standing on it at all. I think you've landed on a carrier.
So I have not. Only the helicopter. Helicopter is a lot easier because they can hover and land. And then you guys know, like a cell phone, if you want to use your maps, it's called GPS. So ships and airplanes all have GPS now. And then we have a radio beacon called a TACAN. And then you tune that in, and it'll tell you, I don't know exactly where my ship is, but I know it's back that way. And you can follow the beam. It'll point an arrow for you. You can follow back to your ship. Back.
What type of ways did you communicate with Nadia when you were gone for a year?
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
It's a quorum now. It's a quorum now.
When you don't fly it.
You're right. Still pilot, but yeah, my job I don't fly right now. What grade are you in?
It's nervous.
Yeah.
Up here.
They had hydraulic catapults, didn't have the steam, and that's back in the 60s. So
Yeah.
you can tell it was quite a bit different. But, the newer carriers, we'd be out with some of the newer ones that were out there, the attack carriers. And, look at the size of cable that they picked up when they landed compared to the size of cable we had when you pick it up. And, it was just a lot of different things. And I made, I don't know how many takeoff, over 100 takeoffs, 100 landings on board that ship. So it's, like I said, I never flew. But I know with a fear factor, there's fear factor there every time you come in. And I was just telling them how small that ship looks.
Maybe more so for you too, because you're not in control.
No, I'm sitting in the back seat. They're telling me I'm coming in.
Right? Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's a lot different than I would have liked to have been up front just once to see what it was like. But I'm glad I was back there.
Yeah.
So
Start on the left and work your way across.
Or more.
Yeah. Mostly now it's email. So units that go overseas, and on the ships we have internet for everybody. So we have to, it's very limited. So don't try to send your significant other like a 3 gigabyte or a movie or something long video. Just text is usually can just go through. Good, Finley.
What inspired you to fly?
It's a good question because I didn't really know anybody that was in the military or that flew before I went in. But I think just I think I got excited about the kind of the adventure of it and the challenge.
Wasn't it the movie?
I think the movie helped. Might have the Top Gun movie got me interested. Yeah, Liam's been telling stories over there, huh? Yeah, that helped.
What are the golden things on your shirt and why do you
but one person, whenever you go into any kind of a zone where there's a conflict, one person is in charge. So we may kid with the Air Force, we may kid with the Army, call them different kind of names, joking with them. But when it comes right down to it, everybody, when they go into a zone, they're there for the same reason. They take care of each other. Navy and Marines, like you said, very close. Air Force, they're going to protect a lot of us, especially the people on the ground, when you're on a big area of ground area where Navy pilots can't make it all the way in. So it's just one of those things that every branch there, you can have all 5 branches in the same zone, but one person is directing everybody at that time. One person is in charge in every conflict somewhere.
This is
To go out and put a bomb on a radar. So there's radars that go out and they try to find the airplanes, the good guys that are out there. And so what my job was that day was to go out there and find that one and stop that one from finding U.S. airplanes. So that was quite an event.
what levels are you all in now?
Goes all over the bottom of your soles. And it just prevents you from sliding. Most of the decks up there have got like non-skid on them. But there are times when the wind is blowing and it's raining, it's nasty up there. And you get all the grease from the cables coming off on the deck. So you can slide pretty fast on there.
My experience has been there's only one thing that doesn't skid on non-skid, and that's human skin.
Yeah, that's true. It sticks, but it doesn't.
So if you fall while you're jogging up on the deck, and you fall on the non-skid, the pieces of you that touch it will stay on the skin as you slide. Just telling you, it hurts. I see Liam's dad laughing.
And like the wars or battles that you fought, like what strategies?
A lot of times the military will help them grow up. What I'm saying is they'll become more mature. They'll learn that life, they're not given everything. You got to go out and earn it. And when they get out of the military, that carries on in their life. They find a job and they're used to taking orders, so they learn a lot faster when they find a different job on the outside. So I mean, it just helps them through. It helps them through life.
You have asked sometimes.
I was going to say it definitely helped me through life because I enlisted when I was 18, immediately out of high school, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so the Air Force like legitimately offered me the opportunity to basically explore and figure out what I wanted to do, but at the same time like being legitimately productive and like really doing something. So yeah, I would definitely second that. Yeah, it just gives you an awesome time to grow up and learn a lot about yourself and learn a lot about other people, and yeah, and just meet a huge diverse group of people you would normally never get to ever interact with under any other different scenario.
Because everywhere you go in life, somebody's going to be giving you an order.
Yep.
And most of the places you're going to have to obey it. So I mean, it's just one of those things that helps a lot of people, some people.
You have asked some very amazing and insightful questions. So I would like you to thank our guests. So we appreciate the time that you have been here, in addition to all of the other things that you have done that we probably will never ever know about. Do you have any last words of wisdom for this truly amazing group of students? Truly amazing, as you have seen from their questions and how they've responded to you.
One thing I can say is study hard, get an education. That's the first thing that I can say to you. Just get that great education and go on with it. It really helps you out.
And this is a very hard-working group.
To build off of that, some things I've seen people that makes it harder for them when they're in the military. You have to understand math, because you're going to get paid money, and you understand where your money's going, because people sign up for loans or credit cards and don't understand that. You have to be able to write effectively, whether it's email or a letter. We don't really do social media so much in the military. I don't use Twitter to write memos to my boss. I use email. So be able to write what you need to say and make it short and to the point is really good. And then the last one is being able to speak in front of other people. Because even if you start off as an E1, at some point they're going to say, you know what, you're an E2 now, you're in charge of that E1. So make sure he or she makes their bed, or they clean the toilet, or they fix the airplane, or make sure that pilot, right? Because that's, when pilots fly, they're responsible for the safety of their aircraft. So or like on helicopters, they'll put a detachment on a ship. So you'll be an 04, and you'll have all your people. You have to fix your own helicopter, you have to operate your own helicopter, and then it all works down like that. At some point, if you're at the bottom, you're going to move up, and you're going to be expected to take over those responsibilities. Keep working your way up the chain.
Yeah, and I would just say pretty much the same thing. Just study hard, and then when you're in high school and you get to choose what you want to do, the best thing the best position to be in is to have studied hard, so that you're not forced to go in any direction because you didn't study as hard as you could have. So if you turn 18 and you know what you want to do, and going to college is for you, you can pursue that route and maybe go become an officer or just go have a regular job. Or you could be 18 and then decide that you want to do what I did and enlist. But I think more than anything, the important thing is to just get a really good education so that you are in control of the choices that you want to make later. That way the choice isn't made for you by your circumstances.
Yeah, that all sounds good. I don't have anything to add. Seems obvious to me. You guys are a great group and very smart and attentive and responsible, and so keep doing what you're doing also.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you for inviting us.
Let's just say
Yeah.
one more thank you.
Thank you.